Okay, y'all. Come on in, come on in. Listen, it is Friday, it is payday, and I woke up to a direct deposit of $581.78. That was my pay after working for 2 weeks on my part-time job. Now y'all know I got side hustles, but that just wasn't enough. That's just not enough. Imagine your rent is due, your car note is due, your car insurance is due, your utility bills. So for me, if you like me, most people, their rent or mortgage payments are due somewhere around the first of the month. Maybe the car payment in the middle of the month or the last of the month. But for me, my car payment is due at the end of the month, around the 26th. My rent is due at the first of the month. So I got about, 4 or 5 days, give or take, in between when each one of them are due. And my paycheck, it just isn't enough. And I wanted to come on and talk about this with you because we've all been there. And you're probably there right now. And this is why I wasn't going to say anything, but my channel is about being truthful and honest about our personal situations, our financial situations, and where we are in life. And that's why I said, you know what? I'm going to come on and I'm going to talk about this. Because when I saw my direct deposit hit, first of all, I get text messages from my bank telling me what my balance is. And then I get a text message every time there's a deposit or a withdrawal from my account. And the money is already gone. It's gone before you even get to see it, really, because like I said, car note is due. In a few days, the rent is going to be due. I got my side hustles to make up for it. But I wanted to talk about this because we are living paycheck to paycheck, and that's still the survival mode, right? We're still living in survival mode. I'm trying to make sure that my four walls are covered, my food, shelter, transportation, utilities. Thank God I don't have any kids to take care of, but some of you guys might have children that you're trying to feed and take care of and clothe, and they're in school and different things. And some of you are my age where you don't have those things, but you're still living paycheck to paycheck. And I took the opportunity to bring this up because I'm in the process of completing my book. And my book is talking about my journey and the way I was brought up on money. As if you've listened to any of my videos, you know that I was brought up on welfare. Government assistance was the way my mother took care of us. And so there was no budgeting, there was no financial talk about money, about saving, about investing. They didn't teach you that in school. We learned math in school, but we didn't learn finance in school, And so I just grew up knowing that you have to pay your bills. When I became of age and I went out on my own and I started having children, I wanted something different, so I started going, I started working, right? I started looking for jobs, applying for jobs. I was on and off welfare for a while until I found a stable job. And even after I found that stable job, I still didn't know anything about budgeting. The only thing I knew was I had to pay the bills this week. When that paycheck hit the account, well, I think it was we still had direct deposit by then. I'm telling my age. But when you know, when you get your check, you know, and you're like, okay, the rent is this, and you know, the car note is this, and the insurance is this, and you know, the kids need that. You gotta put groceries in the house and gas in the car. Gas right now, gas is almost $4 a gallon here, and I'm like, that's another thing that hinders me because you know my side hustles I do, Walmart delivery, DoorDash, Instacart, things of that nature, and that requires me to keep gas in the car. Well, at $4 a gallon, you know, by the time I'm hustling and doing all that, you know, percentage of that is going to go on the gas tank. And so I'm trying to get my income up so that I can start working towards paying off my debt. First thing, working towards, you know, saving my emergency fund. Again, if you looked at my videos, is you know, I talk about how I came across Dave Ramsey and the baby steps, but that's a whole nother video. But I'm just talking to y'all today because somebody woke up today with a paycheck that wasn't covering their bills. Worried about, you know, how they're going to get to the next paycheck. Worried about surviving the next week or the next 2 weeks in most cases. And we were not taught money habits, or we were not taught about how to use money properly or how to understand money properly, right? So my book, when it comes out, it talks about my journey and my experiences that I had with money. And it's interesting because when I woke up this morning and I saw my bank account and I thought about the bills that were due, I thought about the money habits that I've had for years. And thinking how I'm trying to change those habits, how I'm trying to focus on getting out of debt. And so I created a digital product. It's a jumpstart kit to getting out of debt. It talks, you know, it's got affirmations. It's got a small budget chart. It's got a journal in there, and so I'm gonna link that. But it just helped me to see how I can just start putting things together, putting things in place, putting things on paper so that I can see where I am and start to do something different. And so many of us are waking up on payday, still struggling. And so for that, I want to share my story. I want to share my journey. I want to find a community for us to talk about it, because we don't talk about it because we're embarrassed or we're ashamed. But we need to stop being ashamed, and we need to talk about it. We need to encourage each other. We need to find ways that we can stop surviving and start thriving. Because we were never meant to survive. We were always meant to thrive. And so if you're looking for a community where you can share that, then I want to invite you to like my video, subscribe to my channel, share my channel, follow my journey. I got some things coming out that's going to help me and you. We're real people here with families, or we're real people here that's near retirement age that have nothing to show. So I just want to encourage you guys, like and subscribe to my channel, check out my digital products, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video.